I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. Hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test, part 327. The role of the courts, the judiciary, that is on page 129. And in the first half of the video we're going to do that, and in the second half we're going to do leg injury prevention training. And if you participate in leg injury prevention training, that's the on the screen. The role of the courts, the judiciary. Judges, who are together called the judiciary, are responsible for interpreting the law and ensuring the trials are conducted fairly. The government cannot interfere with this. So the judges, and they are then called the judiciary, they are the ones who are interpreting the law. So in the law is written that and that, and now someone has to look, there is someone done that, and that's written in the law. Is it that law? Does that happen? So is that what the person has done? What is here forbidden in the law? And so they are then the judges. And the government cannot interfere in this process. Sometimes the actions of the government are claimed to be illegal. If the judges agree, then the government must either change its policies or ask Parliament to change the law. What's the difference between the government and Parliament? If judges find that the public body is not respecting someone's legal rights, they can order that body to change its practices and or pay compensation. Judges also make decisions in disputes between members of the public or organizations. These might be about contracts, property or employment rights or after an accident. The next thing will be then criminal courts. And motor courts, civil courts. So a lot about different courts. So I don't want to start really to talk about that without having heard what the other ones are. Let's read that closely what's in here. So they are the judges, they are then altogether called judiciary, and they are looking what is written in the law, what has happened for crime, if that is that the crime which is here described in the law, what happens now, how is the law to be interpreted, and the government cannot interfere in this process. And sometimes also what the government does is illegal or claimed to be illegal, and when the judges look, is that illegal or not, and when the government must change what it is doing because it is illegal, or it has to ask the Parliament to change the law so I can do it because the law was changed. Are we actually writing that here? Or must either change its policies or ask Parliament to change the law. So if the government does something wrong, the government has to ask the Parliament. If not, the Parliament is so nice to change the law, but it's no longer illegal. This is what we have written here. Something. If judges find that a public body is not respecting someone's legal rights, they can order that body to change its practices and or pay compensation. Can we use the police here as an example? Because there is a system of complaint system where people can say that the police maybe has done something wrong, and that would be a public body. And now the judges can say that these bodies have to change doing this behavior or pay compensations. Judges also make decisions in disputes between members of public organizations. So two people can have a dispute on two organizations, and then the judges can make a decision. These might be about contracts, property or employment rights, or after an accident. So there can be a contract and maybe there's something unclear or something like that, and two people are disputing over the contract, and then the judges look at this contract, they're interpreting what is exactly written in the contract, we're looking at other laws, and then they are saying who's right. Or property or employment rights also after an accident. What is that? These are the judiciary. These are judges. We're going to let it all back. We're making all these parts together, and then we're looking back what was that part. We also have then here that big thing where they have written it on. We're going into that. These subjects. So that is it for that part. We had done now the judiciary. We're looking back what it was actually now, and then we have a court context. The next part will be criminal courts, and then, so more likely, the next part will be magistrates and justice of the peace courts. That is the next part. For now, I thank you very much if you were just here for the judiciary and until magistrates and justice of the peace courts. Otherwise, like and function training, if you participate in it, that will be at your own risk. We're doing a warm-up exercise. We are breathing in, going down, and we're breathing out. Now we're breathing out. And we're breathing again in. And out. Again in. Out. Last one, breathe in. Out. Breathe in and close the legs. And out. And over to the next exercise. With our first exercise. We're having a good standing leg, the other legs with a flex foot in the air. And we're swinging the leg, flex foot, in front and to the side. Front, to the side. So the foot is flexed, we're swinging it to the side and in front, and the toes are pointing more or less the whole time in front. And doing a few more of them. And the last one, I know we're switching the leg. The other leg into the air, flex foot, the toes are pointing more or less the whole time forward, and we're swinging the leg to the side and in front, to the side and in front. A few more. And the next exercise, good standing leg. The other leg is with the flex foot in the air. And we're bringing that leg with the flex foot in front and back, front and back. And we're doing it quite fast. A few more. Now we're changing the leg. The other leg, flex foot in the air, and we're bringing the foot front and back. And again, now we're doing that quite fast. A few more. And that was the exercise. Our next one, we're bringing one leg up, we're breathing in, into a right angle, flex foot, even line tips, top of the back. And we're breathing out and bringing the leg to the side. We're breathing again in. Out of the leg back into the middle. And another time. The leg up, breathe in. Out of the leg to the side. Breathe again in. Out of the leg in the middle. And control down. And to the other side. The leg up, breathe in, right angle with the leg, flex foot, even tips toward the back. Breathe out to the outside. Breathe again in. And out back into the middle. And control down. And now the leg up, right angle with the leg, flex foot, even tips toward the back. Breathe out to the outside. Breathe again in. And out back into the middle. And control down. Next exercise, one leg up. And we're pressing with moderate force on the inside. So, right angle with the leg, flex foot, even line hips, taller with the back, and have a little bend in the elbow. And there we go, leg. Right angle with the leg, flex foot, even line hips, taller with the back, little bend in the elbow, and press against the knee. A little longer. And that's it. Next one, leg up, same setup, and we're pressing over the knee up to the side. The knee presses up to the side, up to the side. Right angle with the leg, flex foot, even line tips, top of the back, and you press up to the side, to the side. Last ones, and with the other leg. The leg up, right angle with the leg, flex foot, even line tips, top of the back, and when you press this up to the side, to the side. A few more. And the next exercise, we're putting one hand on tummy, one on lower back. Now we're lifting one leg up in a straight line with a flexed foot. If a quad muscles cramp, then bring them up the leg and point the foot. So bring the leg up in a straight line, flex foot, and control with the hands, but you don't fall back. Don't go back. Try to bring the leg higher. A little longer. Bring the leg higher. And bring it up. And on the other side. The leg up. Flex foot. Control with the hands, but you don't fall back. Try to bring the leg higher. And try to bring it higher. A little longer, try to bring it higher. And bring it up and point the foot. And next exercise. One leg points with the toes to the outside, the other one is with the heel on the ground, and the finger off the ground, placing it again on the ground. The whole movement comes from the hips. So the constitutional institutions, the monarch and the parliament, the prime minister and the cabinet, the judiciary, the judiciary, the police, the civil service, and the local government. And we're changing the other leg. So, and the hymn of the United Kingdom is the first verse. God save our gracious King. Long live our noble King. God save our King. God save the King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious. Long to reign over us. Long to reign over us. God save the King. And a few more. And the last one. And the last exercise. You can either do the stand, leg up and down, and down. You can do the horse, you have the leg in, you bring it out, in and out. You can do the camel, that, go back to that, in, out. Or you can do the other one. That one is the extra one. So you have a good standing leg. And you tall up with the standing leg. You go down simultaneously with the upper part of the body in a straight line, and the leg comes up in a straight line with a flexed foot, and don't fall in the head down. And hold standing leg to bring the pressure onto the biceps femoris. And a few more. And the last one. And now the genuine leg and with the other leg. The leg comes up in a straight line. The upper part of the body goes simultaneously down. The foot is flexed. The standing leg is tall up to bring the pressure onto the biceps femoris. And try not to fall in the abdomen. Last two. Stomach closing exercise. Deep breathing in. Out. In. Out. Last round, breathe in. Out. Breathe in, cross the legs. And out. Well, thank you very much. And until next time.